Hello and welcome to Nur Sultan, also known previously as Astana, the capital of Kazakhstan, and today I'm going to be exploring this very interesting, fascinating, unique, perhaps eerie city. It was originally a tiny dot on the map in the middle of the Kazakhstan steppe. It was where nuclear weapons testing was done by the Soviet Union and gulag camps were. It's really not the place that you would have thought that Nur Sultan, the man himself, would have made the capital of his newly independent country in 1997. But that's exactly what he did, to show off the country's wealth to the world from perhaps its oil and other natural resources, which it is so rich in. Very few people around, as you can see. I'm going to begin today at the largest mosque in Kazakhstan, built only recently in 2012, but no less in its grandeur. So let's take a closer look. Walking up to the Hazrat Sultan Mosque, now the second largest in Central Asia. I've got some trousers on today because I wanted to go inside. If you're here in the winter, you'll definitely need trousers anyway. It's currently July. It will get to -30, I've heard, during the winter here, so be prepared for bitterly cold temperatures in Nur Sultan. I know I'm calling it the newly found name. It was only changed in March 2019. Most of you who are Kazakh watching or from Central Asia that are familiar with the city will be so used to the name Astana that you probably won't ever change it to Nur Sultan. You'll keep calling it Astana for the rest of your life, I'm sure. This isn't even the main dome area, it's actually right in front of me, here. Doesn't matter that it was only built in 2012. It is absolutely epic. Lots of people just lying down and chilling out on their phones. Only a couple people actually praying. So few people visiting. It's a Tuesday, midday, in the middle of the working day, so I guess it gets a lot busier in the evening prayer. 5 p.m, 6 p.m, something like that. But still, it's very, very quiet, considering its size. And considering how much money was spent on it. I don't even want to know. Just stepped outside of the Hazrat Sultan Mosque, which looks amazing from the outside. Here you can get the first proper glimpses of Nur Sultan, full of these metal and glass skyscrapers, which consist of apartments and office blocks, futuristic buildings, monuments, everything very new, mostly built in the 21st century. Crossing the main road, although it's not really logistically an issue. Approaching one of the main squares here in Nur Sultan. That pyramid-like building is one of the convention or cultural centers. Big monument over here, the National Museum in the far distance. And this is the Palace of Creativity. My question is, where are all the women selling flowers, the street vendors, souvenirs, trinkets, street food? There's none. No one's here. No tourists either. Can you see anybody like me pointing a camera, taking a picture of one of these buildings? I can't see a single one. It's very eerie. In fact, this is what I imagined something like North Korea to be like. I didn't think Kazakhstan or Nur Sultan would be this extreme. Honestly, I am just quite taken aback by it. It's really impressive at the same time. And really almost sad. There's not any people here to really admire it. Maybe it's because Nur-Sultan is so far away. To get here you have to fly basically to Almaty and then take an onward flight. Unless you're coming from Russia, I don't think there are so many flight options. To reach the capital city, you really have to be going on a business venture. You can't just be in Kyrgyzstan or Uzbekistan traveling Central Asia and think, yeah, you know what, I'll try Nur-Sultan. No, you have to take a nearly $200 flight probably to get here. So that's a limitation, and probably part of the reason why the only ones that you will see here are going to be Kazakhs themselves, or Russians, I would say. I mean, if I see a Western tourist, if I see a Korean tourist, a Chinese tourist, I'll let you know. Before I continue with this video, I'm looking for somewhere to grab some lunch, so I just typed in restaurants and there's one a bit further down this road. There is quite a bit of traffic here, to be fair. Most of them are delivery trucks transporting things to build more buildings and apartments and office blocks. I really find the style of the buildings, the architecture, it's very unique. Now, I actually quite like the design of a lot of the buildings here, but how do you describe it to someone? Almost as if Thor or Loki, if they decided to build a city, maybe it would look something like this. So I found a place to eat just here. Millennium Restaurant and Craft Beer. So relatively high-end place, nobody else sitting down at lunchtime. So having crossed the road, I'm now entering towards the National Museum of Kazakhstan. This long entryway here. To reach it, stunning views of the mosque in the distance over there. The building of the National Museum of Kazakhstan is absolutely enormous. Here we have the statue of some fighters on horses and the surrounding views, the mosque in the distance.